Welcome to Sports Psych. Today's topics include relationships between male and female cohesion and their effects on performance and how coaches should approach cohesion. Now to our news broadcasters.
A warm welcome from the Sports Psych studio. I am Hannah.
And I'm Jess, and let's get down to business. So first of all, what is cohesion? Cohesion is a dynamic process that is reflected in a tendency for a group to stick together and remain united in the pursuit of its instrumental objectives and/or for the satisfaction of member effective needs. Cohesion is affected by many factors such as emotional intelligence, which can affect the overall performance of the team.
So speaking of emotional intelligence, it's the capacity to reason about emotions and of emotions to enhance thinking. It includes the ability to perceive, understand, and regulate emotion. The studies that we use to explain the relationship are from the Sports Psychologist Journal and the Sports Journal.
Overall, the relationship between cohesion and performance was significantly stronger for female teams than for male teams, and there is a positive relationship between team cohesion and performance. Also, the higher the emotional intelligence, the better the performance and cohesion. The first study is Cohesion and Performance for Female Sports Team by S.M. et al. And is from the Sports Psychologist. Coaches from Canada and Germany were interviewed on their perceptions about differences between the correlation of performance and cohesion. Their first finding was that female and male athletes conform to certain goals and expectations, and females tend to take social roles more seriously than men do. Secondly, they concluded that athletes have a sense of belongingness. Males tend to develop relationships using non-intimate social means, such as gaining power or social status, while females use more intimate social means, like personal friendships. Lastly, males exhibit less attention and arousal to threats of social exclusion.
The second study was about the differences between emotional intelligence and team cohesion in men's and women's teams by Douglas O'Dell-Berry. The study was used to prove the two hypotheses of if there is a significant difference between cohesiveness in male and female teams, and if there is a significant relationship between emotional intelligence, team cohesion, and team performance. Results showed that females scored higher than males regarding all aspects of cohesion. The study used the group environment questionnaire and the multivariate analysis of variancy. The results showed that there is a significance between male and female athletes regarding team cohesive tasks, team cohesive social, and overall team cohesion. The second hypothesis found that there is a significant correlation between emotional intelligence, team cohesion, and team performance. Studies concluded that many coaches said that women's teams, if they weren't cohesive, they weren't as successful as male in cohesive teams. Females are more social than males, and even if a female team wins together, doesn't mean they'll stay together, while men get along better as they progressively win.
It takes longer to develop team cohesion in females because they take everything on a personal level. Girls are more likely to form cliques, and this affects the team cohesiveness. When there is conflict, men resolve it quickly, while women will hold grudges, and this affects the cohesion of the team. The emotional intelligence, the more the emotional intelligence, the more cohesive the team, and a better performance will occur.
And so for the keys for managing team cohesion for coaches are the importance of developing social cohesion. So for women, it's important to get together outside of sports, so going out for dinner or going shopping at the mall. For males, it's important as well, but it's also important to stay in contact after the season, so through emails or get-togethers. Secondly, the management of early season training. Have an early season tournament or player-parent competition to give the team a chance to bond before the season. Also, use the positives from the early season to encourage and hold the team together during the season.
More keys are focusing on the group structure. Let your players know what role they have on the team and be very honest. Also, communication is key, so there is no misunderstanding in the roles. If you don't establish roles, it can create havoc and tension not only on the field, but also off the field. Also, learn to manage the conflict of the team. Use sports psychologists to help with non-task related conflict, and try to intervene cliques and act as a unifying person.